I was so overwhelmed about the verdict, but in a good way, in a good way. But I remember we were all sitting in the conference room, the family, my siblings, my nephews, my nieces, everyone's in there on edge. Everybody's sitting on pins and needles and just waiting. But when the judge walks in and sits, and remember looking at my husband, and I didn't say anything, I'm like, something serious about to happen. And so he said his little line, he's getting ready to, the judge read the verdict. And I remember the first word, guilty. And a loud scream, and I just kind of like, my knees just dropped. And then somebody behind me, and we both almost fell on the floor because it was so emotional. The person behind me was just as emotional, and I just dropped, and she dropped, and we almost landed on the floor. But and so people were helping us get up, and at that moment, because of that it was blurred. Then I heard guilty again, and then I heard some more louder screams, and then I remember looking up at that screen, and it said guilty, and I'm like, yes. And I just remember I looked at my niece happened to end up somewhere near me. I don't know where my husband was, but my niece was there. I think my husband came up behind me, and we just started crying. It was tears of joy. And people said, people asked me, why were you guys so crying? This was hard. For 11 months, this was hard. I mean, we're out for 11 months negotiating equality, basically. Trying to fight for a cause that's been fighting for 400 years. Trying to convince people, to persuade people that Perry's death was not right. So it's been so hard because of the resistance that we had to encounter to do all of this. Even though we're enduring this pain and struggle, I'm still gonna hang on to hope that one day it will be better for my future generations. So that hope was passed down to my great-grandfather, who was born a slave in 1856 and got his free papers at 8 years old. His struggle and the hope was passed down to us. My mother had that same hope. My parents were sharecroppers. They had 14 kids. Her hope was just for us to have a high school diploma. But that hope motivated me enough to get a college degree. So what I'm trying to say is that as Black community, this is all we had was hope. This is all we had was hope and love. So I tell all of them, don't give up on the fight. Don't give up on the fight. Keep going, because what you don't know is that there's so many people that you don't know that's willing to step up and help you along the path. When I would go to the memorial, and when I would go there often, I go there, and if I have flowers, I lay flowers. I help light the candles. I have my moment of silence. And sometimes, Dan, when I would go there, it's something I didn't feel quite whole, the doubt. Well, I would question if I'm doing enough, or if what I'm doing is the right way. And but I wouldn't let anyone else see that. But when they got that verdict, and when I went there yesterday to see it, I felt more at peace for a long time. And I looked at that memorial, I looked at his place, and it's like, I felt okay. I didn't have that doubt. And I felt like Perry answered my questions that day by saying, you did good, and it's okay. You did good. I still wish he was here, but I know he feels like I did good. And I shouldn't have any regrets, because it's okay. It's okay.